I did open mics, and then I was opening, and then I just kept opening, and then opening for somebody in Athens turned into opening for Shaky Graves eventually by graduation. Hey, I'm Clover County, and I'm a breakthrough beats artist. Growing up with music, my dad played guitar and wrote songs, and I didn't know that he was writing his own songs for like a decade. I found out these 3 hit songs he was always singing were his, which was fun. And when I say hits, hits in our living room. But he never really showed anybody except our family. And then he moved away for work, and I started to teach myself guitar so that I could kind of share that with him. And now my dad and I bond over songwriting, except I show the world, and he still refuses. Yeah, and I decided to go to college because everybody told me I would never get in. So I was like, you know what, I'll go big dog. I went to UGA, and I started working in the scene there as an intern, like, you know, grabbing coffee and buying the hospital rider at this little venue, and that turned into people finding out I played, and I did open mics, and then I was opening, and then I just kept opening, and then opening for somebody in Athens turned into opening for Shaky Graves eventually by graduation. James Taylor and Carrie K, I feel like always come to mind. Just very sweet, very catchy, very easy listening. Yeah. I just put a little stamp on it. I call it Bootgazey. Yeah, nice little blend of everything we got going on. There's shoegaze, you know, and that's its own thing. And somebody threw that word at me one time, and I was like, I'm not shoegaze, but like bootgaze seemed funny because it was like, I don't have any pedals on the ground other than a tuning pedal, which I just got. So like boot gaze is I'm gazing down at my boots because I'm always in boots on stage and thinking about, you know, how sad I am about the song I wrote that I'm singing to people.
Sure.
So it's a joke. It's all a joke.
Okay.
I always like to be able to taste and smell and touch and see exactly what I'm talking about. Like if you can't see the scene, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm writing about at that point, and why would I then go perform it for people? Also, I hate, I don't like writing within like modern times. So I don't want you to know that it's 2825, but it's also not 1904. I'm not talking about any sort of modern technology. So I guess timelessness, taste, and smell. The process of it, I didn't even know was processing. I have songs on Finer Things that I wrote over 6 years ago. So I started writing this album before the album was a thought. It's a collection of songs I've had since I was like 17 when I really started taking songwriting seriously, or it kind of took a hold on me and I couldn't stop writing songs. So bringing all of those to Carrie K, the producer who helped me make the record, and showing her like my heart and soul from like 16 to 23. I was like, what do you think of this? And she's like, these are great. And I was like, yes, let's record them. It was very funny reliving all those experiences. We ended up putting the album in track listing of like, kind of like youngest to oldest, of like the experience of, oh, I love love. Love is so cute. I love this. It's so fun. And like, I'm never going to get hurt. And if I do, I'll just bounce back. And then by the end of track 12, you're like, oh, that sucked. That's going to keep happening. So now I'm going to wear my heart not on my sleeve and never do that again. Yeah. Carrie K just feels like a big sister. I think she carries just the coolest energy. And she was just as excited and, I don't know, stoked about all these songs as I was. And we were just girls together about it. And I think it was important for me to protect the feminine energy of the record, but without it being like, we're girls who made a girl record for girls. Because there's a lack of women in Nashville who are being put on a pedestal, who are producing, who deserve the notoriety. She just happened to be the person I met first that I felt so connected to. Yeah. And I went with it, just followed my gut. I mean, so I graduated college barely in May of 2024, and I knew that I had these opening gigs for Lord Huron coming like 2 weeks later after graduation, and 2 of those shows were 2 sold out Red Rocks opening gigs, just small local gigs. So I think being on stage the second night, first night I was emotionally blacked out. I wasn't drinking. I was just like, this isn't real. And then the second night I was like, oh my God, it's so real, and I'm having fun. And I like ran out on stage and was so present. But that was my pinch me for sure. The medium build tour, I got to crawl into the van with them. So it was like, I don't even know, 10, 11 people in a van. And I learned so much from Nick about how to care about the people around me while touring, while also taking care of myself. I love how he carries himself into every performance. He's like, listening to him talk on stage, he's just present every day. He's like saying something about the day he experienced. He's not just like on a script. And that was awesome to watch. So I carried that forward with me. Another person I just toured with was Madi Diaz, and similarly, there was just 4 of us in the van and 2 women who were playing solo, and she kicks butt, and she takes care of herself and is taking care of everybody around her and so present with the audience that's coming to every show. Ooh, good question. Let me think. My dad always says, you gotta wanna, and if you don't wanna, you're never gonna getta. And I just talked to him on the phone, and just like, it always boils down to, like, do you want it? Do you actually want to be out there singing to people, connecting with people, writing songs? Who are you writing them for? Like, I don't know, self-reflect on, this is my advice to new artists, I guess, is truly like dissecting what it is you're doing with music. And if you took away social media, took away all the numbers you could see, if you took away ticket counts, all of that, like, would you still be doing this? You know, don't take away cash. I love the cash. Please, more cash. But yeah, all the fame. What is it? Lucinda Williams says, take the glory over the fame. I think I'm still learning so much about myself. I'm only 1 record deep, which is funny. I feel like I just owed it to my 16, 17, 18-year-old self to get those songs out I had already written that I felt like I knew people wanted, and I knew I needed to get out of my system. And now I'm taking the steps towards whoever I'm going to be in this next record process. So writing that, I think in 5 years from now, I'd like to believe that I've taken these things that I'm talking about, like the taste and the smell, and created some sort of like world and fun interactive show for people to come to, that I can feel like, oh, this is real and tangible, and I'm not just singing to myself, you know, in my bedroom.